Let us talk about computer software. If hardware is the body of the computer, software is the brain. Software tells the hardware what to do. Without software, a computer is just a collection of useless electronic parts. This is topic 3. We are discussing computer software. By the end of this lesson, you will understand what software is, the difference between system software and application software, examples of each, programming languages, and how to answer exam questions. Take your notes. Let us go. First, what is software? Software is a set of instructions that tells the computer hardware what to do. Software is also called a program. You cannot see or touch software. It is intangible. It exists as code written by programmers. Software tells the computer how to process data, when to display output, and how to store information. Without software, hardware is useless. The two main categories of software are system software and application software. Now let me explain system software. System software is the software that manages and controls computer hardware. It allows the hardware to run and provides a platform for application software. System software is essential for the computer to function. It runs in the background. Most users do not interact with system software directly. The main types of system software are operating systems, device drivers, utility programs, and language translators. The operating system is the most important system software. It is the master control program that manages all the computer's resources. The operating system controls the CPU, memory, storage, and input-output devices. It also provides a user interface. Common operating systems include Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, and iOS. Without an operating system, you cannot run any applications. The operating system performs many functions. It manages memory, allocates CPU time to different programs, controls input and output devices, manages files and folders, provides security, and allows communication between the user and the computer. Device drivers are system software that allow the operating system to communicate with hardware devices. Every hardware device needs a driver. Your printer needs a driver. Your graphics card needs a driver. Your sound card needs a driver. The driver translates commands from the operating system into commands that the device understands. Without the correct driver, the device will not work properly. Utility programs are system software that perform specific tasks to maintain and optimize the computer. They are not essential for basic operation but are very helpful. Examples of utility programs include antivirus software, which protects against malware, disk cleanup, which removes temporary files, disk defragmenter, which reorganizes files for faster access, backup software, which copies data for safety, file compression software, which reduces file size, firewall software, which blocks unauthorized network access. Language translators are system software that convert programming code into machine language that the computer can understand. Computers only understand machine language, which is binary code of ones and zeros. Programmers write code in high-level languages like Python, Java, or C++. Language translators convert that code into machine language. The main types are compilers, which translate the entire program at once, and interpreters, which translate line by line as the program runs. Now let me explain application software. Application software is software that performs specific tasks for the user. Unlike system software, application software is what most people think of when they hear the word software. Application software is designed to help users accomplish tasks like writing documents, browsing the internet, playing games, or managing finances. There are many types of application software. Word processing software is used to create, edit, and format text documents. Examples include Microsoft Word, Google Docs, and WordPerfect. You can write letters, reports, essays, and books with word processors. They allow you to change fonts, add images, check spelling, and format pages. Spreadsheet software is used to organize data in rows and columns. It performs calculations and creates charts. Examples include Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, and Lotus 1-2-3. Spreadsheets are used for budgeting, accounting, data analysis, and scientific work. Database software is used to store, organize, and retrieve large amounts of data. Examples include Microsoft Access, Oracle, and MySQL. Databases are used for customer records, inventory systems, and school records. Presentation software is used to create slideshows for presentations. Examples include Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slides, and Keynote. You can add text, images, animations, and videos to slides. Web browsers are used to access and view websites on the Internet. Examples include Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Safari. Web browsers download and display web pages. They also run web applications like email and social media. Email software is used to send, receive, and manage email messages. Examples include Microsoft Outlook, Gmail, and Thunderbird. You can compose, send, receive, and organize emails. Graphics software is used to create and edit images. Examples include Adobe Photoshop for photo editing, Adobe Illustrator for drawing, and CorelDRAW for design. Media players are used to play audio and video files. Examples include Windows Media Player, VLC Media Player, and iTunes. Educational software is used for learning and teaching. Examples include language learning apps, math tutors, and encyclopedias. Gaming software is used for playing video games. Examples include computer games of all types. Now let me explain programming languages. Programming languages are used to write software. They are the tools that programmers use to give instructions to computers. Programming languages are classified by their level. Machine language is the lowest level. It uses binary code, which is ones and zeros. Machine language is the only language that computers understand directly, but it is very difficult for humans to read or write. Each CPU has its own machine language. Assembly language uses mnemonics, which are short words like ADD, sub, and MOV. Assembly language is easier than machine language, but still difficult. It must be translated into machine language by an assembler. High-level languages are closer to human language. They use words and symbols that are easier to understand. Examples include Python, Java, C++, C, C-number, JavaScript, Ruby, and PHP. High-level languages are easier to read and write. They must be translated into machine language by compilers or interpreters. Fourth-generation languages are even higher level. They are used for database queries and report generation. SQL is a fourth-generation language used for databases. Fifth-generation languages are used for artificial intelligence and logic programming. Prolog is an example. Now let me explain the difference between proprietary software and open-source software. Proprietary software is owned by a company. The source code is kept secret. Users cannot modify the software. They must pay to use it. Examples include Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Office, and Adobe Photoshop. Open-source software is free to use, modify, and distribute. The source code is available to everyone. Anyone can improve the software. Examples include Linux operating system, Firefox, web browser, and LibreOffice. There is also freeware, which is free to use, but the source code is not available. Shareware is free to try for a limited time. Then you must pay. A common exam question asks you to distinguish between system software and application software. Here is a sample answer. System software manages and controls computer hardware. It provides a platform for application software. Examples include operating systems, device drivers, and utility programs. Application software performs specific tasks for the user. Examples include word processors, spreadsheets, web browsers, and games. System software runs in the background. Application software is what the user interacts with directly. Another exam question asks you to list the functions of an operating system. Here is your answer. The functions of an operating system include memory management, CPU management, input-output device management, file management, security management, user interface, and multitasking. The operating system allocates memory to programs. It schedules CPU time. It controls input and output devices. It organizes files and folders. It protects the system from unauthorized access. It provides a way for users to interact with the computer. Another exam question asks you to classify programming languages. Here is your answer. Programming languages are classified by level. Machine language is the lowest level, using binary code. Assembly language uses mnemonics. High-level languages like Python and Java are closer to human language. Fourth-generation languages are used for databases. Fifth-generation languages are used for artificial intelligence. Lower-level languages are faster but harder to use. Higher-level languages are easier to use but need translation. Here is what you need to take away. Software is the set of instructions that tells hardware what to do. System software manages the computer. Application software performs user tasks. The operating system is the most important system software. Programming languages are used to write software. They range from low-level machine language to high-level languages. Practice these definitions. When you have them down, move to topic 4.